Megan Walsh is at long last answering for her actions in front of a judge, and it appears impossible for her to evade the consequences of her actions in Weatherfield. Or is it? It is difficult to imagine an antagonist quite as repulsive as Megan. It was already dreadful that she took advantage of her role as an educator and sports mentor to force schoolboy Will Driscoll into a sexually abusive dynamic, but she subsequently singled out another youngster, Lee, and subjected him to the identical treatment. Demonstrating that her malice is profoundly rooted, she later launched a relentless mental campaign against young Sam Blakeman after he uncovered her shocking mistreatment. This psychological cruelty took such a massive toll on the boy's mental state that he experienced a vision of a menacing Roy Cropper. Because Will remained completely manipulated by Megan, it looked like the perpetrator would evade accountability since law enforcement lacked concrete proof to make an arrest. Megan felt so assured of her scheme that she had already purchased a passage to Paris to flee justice permanently, bringing an unsuspecting Will along, who remained oblivious to the fact that she planned to abandon him. Luckily, Will chanced to board a cab operated by the single individual in the area who truly comprehended his trauma, Tim Metcalf. Sharing the details of his own past sexual abuse, Tim begged Will not to flee with Megan, ultimately helping the young man realize reality. Megan never truly valued him. Seeing things clearly at last, Will courageously turned Megan in to the authorities for grooming a minor. Regrettably, Megan's deceptive games do not end there, as her stepsister Susie uncovers her contact information saved on Will's gaming platform. Once grandmother Maggie and brother Ollie find out, they make it their mission to caution him against additional deceit from Megan. In the coming week, the Driscoll family is left reeling when Janine, Megan's mother, shows up expressing deep regret for her daughter's twisted conduct. Blocked from tolerating the discussion any longer, a furious Ben demands that she exit the Rover's return. Janine complies and exits the tavern, but entirely contrary to her assurances to the Driscolls, she is actively communicating with Megan and accepts her narrative that Will used her during a weak moment, and she is now staring at a prison sentence due to his allegations. As Megan weeps, Janine feels deeply for her manipulative child and opts to test a different angle by confronting Will in person. Spotting him out on the pavement, she heads straight toward him. But what does she intend to tell him? Though the final verdict remains under wraps, the legal proceedings commence, featuring a highly torn Will stepping into the witness box following the playback of his taped testimony. There, he is subjected to Megan's icy gaze and a hostile defense lawyer, while Adam Barlow works to pick apart Ben Driscoll during his cross-examination. Meanwhile, at the medical center, Sam insists on being present for Megan's court appearance, trusting it will grant him peace after the terrible trauma, which leaves Nick Tilsley and Toya Battersby incredibly anxious about how it might affect him. As the week wraps up, all testimonies have concluded, leaving the jury to determine Megan's sentence. But how will the verdict land? Coronation Street viewers were stunned when it was revealed that Sarah Platt was responsible for Theo Silverton's death. Following the dramatic twist, actress Tina O'Brien has spoken about Sarah's future on the ITV soap and whether the storyline could mark the end of her long-running role. During Monday's episode, a series of flashback scenes finally uncovered the truth behind Theo's death. The footage showed Sarah unintentionally causing his fatal fall after he became threatening and aggressive. As Theo confronted her, Sarah pushed him away before striking him with a metal bar. The blow caused him to lose his balance and fall from the scaffolding. In the aftermath of the incident, Sarah becomes determined to conceal her involvement. The question now is whether her secret will remain hidden or if the truth will eventually come out, potentially leading to imprisonment or even an exit from Weatherfield after almost 3 decades on the show. Discussing Sarah's state of mind, Tina explained that her character's actions are driven by concern for her loved ones, especially her son. She said Sarah frequently struggles under the weight of what has happened and at times considers confessing everything to the authorities. However, Thoughts of her son growing up without his mother stop her from taking that step, particularly as she fears she may not be able to prove she acted in self-defense. According to Tina, Sarah's overwhelming desire to remain part of her family's future is what motivates many of her decisions moving forward. In her panic after Theo's death, Sarah turned to her former partner Gary Windis for help, placing him in the difficult position of protecting her secret. Tina also explained why Sarah chose Gary instead of contacting her current partner, Detective Kit Green. She revealed that Sarah was acting purely on instinct. Shocked and overwhelmed, she believed she couldn't involve Kit because of his role as a police officer. In that desperate moment, Gary was the person she trusted most to help her. The actress added that Sarah also feels guilty because she fears her actions may destroy any future she hoped to have with Kit. Deep down, she worries that if he learns the truth, he may no longer want to be with her. This is far from the first time Sarah has found herself connected to a major criminal storyline. Longtime viewers may remember the 2015 plot involving Callum Logan. After Callum attacked Sarah, her sister-in-law Kylie Platt intervened and killed him with a wrench. Sarah, Kylie, and David Platt later worked together to hide the crime, secretly burying Callum's body beneath their home. The ordeal took a severe toll on Sarah's mental health, eventually resulting in her receiving psychiatric treatment. Reflecting on the current storyline, Tina admitted that Sarah's decision to cover up Theo's death could have serious consequences. She pointed out that had Sarah contacted the police immediately and explained the circumstances, she would likely have been in a far stronger legal position, as the incident was not planned and occurred in a moment when she felt trapped. However, Tina noted that actively concealing the truth is something Sarah recognizes as a major mistake. By trying to hide what happened, she knows she has crossed a line that cannot easily be undone. Addressing speculation about her own future on the soap, Tina said she never became overly concerned. She described the opportunity to play such a central role in a major storyline as exciting and expressed gratitude for being trusted with the dramatic reveal. Rather than focusing on whether Sarah survives the fallout, she said she is looking forward to seeing how the character's journey unfolds. The actress also admitted that keeping the secret hidden from fans had been incredibly stressful. She revealed that only a small number of people, including her mother, and later her children Scarlett and Beau, knew the truth. Watching fans constantly speculate online about Theo's killer only increased the pressure. Tina confessed that filming the aftermath scenes was particularly challenging because she worried her expressions might give away Sarah's guilt before the reveal aired. Despite the secrecy, Tina was never surprised that Sarah ended up being responsible for Theo's death. From her perspective, the storyline made perfect sense because Sarah genuinely believed she had no alternative in that terrifying moment. Coronation Street continues to air on weekday evenings at 8:30 p.m. on ITV1, with episodes also available to stream on ITV.